What's up, everybody? Today this is another calculus lesson, and this is finding the max and min of a function. So we have a function over here, f of x is equal to, I'm just going to choose a random one, x3 minus 6x squared. Let's do plus 9x plus a constant. Let's do plus 12. Okay, just so that we have a nice trend going on here. Now we'll do this. Now we'll take the derivative. Actually, you know what? Before we get into that, let me just explain what a max and min is. So we have, let's say, for example, this function. We have this function over here. It'll go something like this. So what do we notice? Well, this is the x value line, right? So at what x values is there a maximum and a minimum? Well, there's a maximum over here. Sorry, this is a horrible tangent line. And there's a min right down there. And how can we find them? Well, if you notice carefully, the tangent line, which is the slope, is horizontal, which means that the derivative is going to be equal to 0. So to find the max and min values, we're just going to have to set the derivative equal to 0. So let's test that out. So what's the derivative? So f prime of x is equal to 3x squared minus 12x plus 9. And then the derivative of a constant, we don't really write that. And now we'll set this equal to 0. More importantly, we'll factor out a 3, so it becomes much simpler. Now, what multiplies to 3 and adds to negative 4? Well, that's negative 3 and negative 1. So, x minus 3, x minus 1. And now this is exactly all we need. So, let's get to work. Let's write down our intervals of x. So, the intervals are going to be negative infinity, to, right? I mean, this is 0 when x equals 3, and this is 0 when x equals 1. So this is going to be to 1, 3, and 3, infinity. Okay, wonderful. Beautiful. Okay, now let's write our functions, well, our factors. X minus 3, x minus 1, f prime, and f. So let's go. So when x is between negative infinity and 1, what's the value of this? Well, it's negative. Here it's also negative, and here it is positive. This is negative, positive, and this was going to be positive because two negatives make a positive. This is going to be negative, and this is going to be positive, which means we can write this as arrows. And thus, if we look at the shape of the arrow, it makes this shape on the graph. This one makes that shape. So we know for sure that at x equals 1, there's going to be a max. And at x equals 3, there's going to be a min. Okay. So let's check that out. What does this graph look like? And by the way, if you're going to learn how to sketch a graph, this is going to be very crucial. So let's look very carefully. So we have this function, the original function, and now we'll just look. Here's the max, here's the min, and the x value at the min is 3, and the max is 1. So the first derivative test checks out. Now the second derivative test is going to be for another video. It's not as hard. Actually, it's just a little bit more work, but it's still not hard.